So I decided to go shopping today in London. Gave myself the day off. And I'm walking around Bond Street and Regent Street and Oxford Street, all the most famous streets, famous shopping streets in London. And there's something that I noticed now more than ever. I noticed this about 5-10 years ago, but now more than ever, this is something I'm noticing about women on the streets. And it doesn't matter what age they are, right? They could be young, they could be a bit older, they could be MILFs, they could be GILFs. This is what I noticed about them. I noticed that they're craving to be approached. Not by any old guy, of course. They don't want to be approached by the old, ugly pervert. They also don't want to be approached by the young, silly kid dressed in tracksuits from head to toe. Who they want to be approached by is handsome, confident men who are dressed well, who are stylish, who are interesting, who've just got something about them. But you've got to be handsome. Because if you're not, it doesn't matter how stylish you are. If you're ugly and you don't take care of yourself, then no woman wants you to approach her. She'll be a bit sickened by you and be like, oh, get this freak and weirdo away from me. But what I will tell you is, even if they are married, even if they got kids, even if they're in love, they're very happy in their relationship, they still want to be approached by handsome men for the same reason that they're posting on social media. Validation. Everyone wants a bit of validation, especially beautiful women. Even men want validation. Heck, I like a bit of validation from time to time. So what I noticed today is all different types of girls checking me out as I walk down the street. And that makes me feel good, obviously. But what does that actually mean? It means that they're interested in having a chat. Now, I came off dating apps about 2-3 weeks ago, because I explained that I now have a roster of beautiful women. So I was like, you know what? I'm satisfied. I don't need to keep chasing and adding to that list right now. So I'm happy with where I'm at. Can I tell you, since then, I have felt so much more comfortable and happy. My mental health has improved. Not that it was in a bad state of mind back then. It was fine back then. But it's even better now, because I just don't care about opening up these stupid apps to match with someone or making stupid conversation. The apps are for the non-confident men. And they're also for the top 1% handsome men. If you're average looking, you're going to be in a lot of trouble on dating apps. You're really going to get the scraps. You know, it's the best looking guys that are getting all the matches on the dating app. So, you know, if you're average looking, you're not stylish, you're not rich, you're not an entrepreneur, you're not interesting, you're not famous, you're going to really struggle on those things. So you have to find another way to do things. The men who are somewhat handsome and stylish should be approaching in public, because nobody does that anymore. Today I walked out the house, I was in a good mood. You know, I was waving to girls from the car, being nice, just being friendly, walking past them like, "You're right, gorgeous," in a funny Cockney English accent. And I just got positive responses from everyone, which really goes to show that no matter what these women are up to, whether they're at work, whether they're models, whether they're just fuck knows what they're up to, who cares? That's none of your business. Your job is to just go in there wholeheartedly, confident, handsome, with good energy. I always talk about having good energy. And just say hello. Open up the conversation. Hey, how's your day going? You don't need no pickup lines. You don't need to come up with no one cracking liners that are going to make them laugh. You just need to be super simple and super confident. And as long as you're done in the right way, you'll get the right response. Now, again, I'm going to emphasize, you do have to be good looking. You do have to be handsome. You don't have to be a model. You don't have to be a 10 out of 10 guy. But if you're a 7 out of 10 guy who's well-to-do, dressed up quite nicely, speaks well, not dressed like an idiot, smell good, well-groomed, I guarantee you'll get a positive response. I guarantee you these women will smile back and will say hello back to you. That's ultimately all you need. If you go into these situations outcome independent, and you do not care what the response is, and you don't care whether you get rejected or not, you'll be successful. That's what helped me become the man that I am today. Not fearing rejection, not caring about what people think, was when I started becoming really good at talking to girls in unusual situations. But if you're going into it like, oh, I need a girlfriend, oh, I need to get phone numbers, oh, I need this, I need that, and you're putting that sort of pressure on you, you're almost guaranteed to fail, because people are going to smell that desperation on you. And the last thing anyone ever wants, especially a beautiful woman, is a desperate guy. So because I'm of an abundance mentality, I've never have a problem with women, got a roster of women, decided to come off dating apps, which has really helped me so much. Dating apps are shit. They suck. They're cool if you go abroad and you don't know anyone and you want to, just meet new people, sure. But also, just grow a pair of balls. People are such pussies. Men are such pussies in today's day and age. The new teenagers, they don't know who to speak to because they're too busy swiping TikTok all day. And men just have such little confidence. Do you realize that your competition is weak, super weak? So if you're a 7 out of 10 looking guy and you just walk up to women casually, not like a weirdo, don't stop them in their tracks. If you're at a traffic light and you're walking and she's next to you, just be like, hey, how's your day going? That's it. No chat up line needed. Hey, how's your day going? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And what about you? You seem like a lovely girl. Maybe I could take your phone number and take you for a coffee one day. Easy. Honestly, it's easy. It's easy to me, but that's because I had to grow a pair of balls when I was younger. And I did it so many times that I became resilient to it. I'm not telling you I don't advocate for pickup artists. I think that's a horrible term. And I think that's very trashy, right? I'm talking about being a gentleman. Think about James Bond, right? Nicely dressed, walks around central London. Who is not going to say hello back to James Bond? Tell me. Everyone will respond to a James Bond dressed looking guy who looks good, who's dressed well, who's classy and who's smart. And who's polite. Remember, you get rejected, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you get rejected and she's like, oh, I'm not interested. Oh, I've got a boyfriend. Oh, no. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, get away from me, you weirdo. You don't want to hear get away from me, you weirdo. Once you've heard that, there's definitely something wrong. But again, the key factor is they want to be approached by handsome men. They don't want to be approached by ugly dudes. The old paedophile looking guy, the young kid wearing Louis Vuitton from top to bottom. It's not going to impress them. The money's not going to impress a woman. Energy is the important part. Attraction and energy are the two key factors at the very beginning of any interaction. If you get those wrong, forget it. Oh, look at this number plate. Brilliant number plate on this Aston Martin. That's James Bond right here. Aston. That's brilliant. That's James Bond. Yeah, you pull up in that car and you're a gentleman, you're definitely getting the phone number. So there you have it. Women of all ages are craving getting approached by handsome men in any city in the world. London, Miami, even the shittest town on the planet. Women still want to be approached by handsome men because it's a fantastical idea. It's fiction, it's cool. Oh, it's this new guy. Who is he? And if she's married, she'll tell you, I'm happily married, and she'll show you the finger, and you'll just be like, hey, do you know what? He's a really lucky guy. And that's it. Walk in this life with outcome independence, with good energy, fix yourself up as a guy, get to a 7 out of 10. I believe most men can get to a 7 out of 10. Some of us are not lucky enough to be 8, 9s and 10s. Most of us, there's a very small minority of men that are that good looking that will get insane reactions from anyone they interact with. Well, hey, we're not those people, right? I'm not a 10 out of 10, and I'm happy to just admit that openly. So there you have it. Start approaching more girls in the streets, in public, and get off those shitty dating apps.